Hello, Bill Molyneux here with Bill's Wargame World, and it's September 22nd, 2023 here at Havre de Grace, Maryland at the HAWKS Barrage Wargame event, Friday and Saturday. The tables are set up and the flea market area is getting prepared along that wall. The food area is in the process of getting organized. And all along here will be the vendors. So here is the famous Age of Glory run by Stephen D. Mines, and he carries my war games, including Horns of the Buffalo. All right, this is just a quick snippet for this really cool event. Flames of War tournament is down there, and that's about it for now. We'll just tie this in with all the videos for the end of Friday. Well, it is 10:30 and things are really starting to come to life now. We have vendors setting up and we have game masters are now setting up. We have Kurt Schlegel, super famous game master, wearing his famous Charlie Brown shirt. And it looks like he has a Napoleonics game. Is that correct?
Romans and Carthaginians.
Oh, I am way off. Romans. It's like 2 millimeter. What is this? 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter game. All right, and then we have the food department. And the food kitchen staff is working diligently. We have Tom, Vicky, Bruce, and another Schlegel. They're everywhere. I think there's like, was there 5 of you brothers? 3 brothers. Okay. Yeah, okay, you think there was. And Miss Vicky, hold on, I'm going to come over to see you for a moment. Well, Miss Vicky, can you tell me what do you have for food here at Barrage?
We have hot dogs to start with today. We have many things in the way of chips, cookies, candies, and homemade cookies and sodas, water, tea. And then later tonight we'll have the hot dogs with the chili and cheese if people want it. Tomorrow we'll be having pizza in the afternoon, which will be $2 a slice for anybody that would like to have some.
Well, very good. And I know you have your super duper helpers here. You got
Yes.
Bruce and Mr. Schlegel himself. And then
We have Tom.
Tom,
Yep.
acting as the bouncer, handling
our leader.
any of
And
those
Duncan's the good
issues.
cook.
And then we have Duncan in the back room, and he is cooking.
He's doing the chili right now, which
he-
smells
he's cooking the
absolutely
chili.
phenomenal.
All reasonably priced.
Yes.
And our prices are
These are our prices on here and as well up here.
all right.
So
Well, I'm going to go ahead and post this right now, so people that are watching this coming to Barrage knows that they can get their food here.
yes.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. And Tom was in the Marines. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yeah.
Well, as I walk around the table, here's 2 Schlegel brothers once again. They're everywhere. You resemble the same Schlegel brother that was at the kitchen.
Amazing how that works.
You guys all look the same. So I'm going to go and check on some more tables here. All right, well, here we have Combat Patrol being run by Kevin. And 25 millimeter. I'll come back to this table when it's all set up. Here is Eric Schlegel, and he is the head leader of the HAWKS Barrage event here. And Eric, take it away. What are you doing here?
Okay, well, this is Barrage. This is the 27th Barrage, I think. And we got 17 game tables ready to go, plus the Flames of War tournament behind you.
All right.
We're expecting about 150 people this weekend, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. I know you work really hard to plan this all year long, and you do a great job. Is there any particular game that sticks out in your mind in the pre-register when they were sending them in that's going to be extra interesting to see?
Well, Matt Kirkhart's games, where he builds the figures himself from craft pieces, that's always very popular games. He's running it 3 times.
All right. Well, thank you, and I'm going to
Thanks,
go
Bill.
ahead and get this Flames of War table set.
Okay, thank you.
Well, here's Flames of War, and they are getting their tables ready. This is the tournament, and of course, Flames of War is extremely popular, and these tables look phenomenal already. Now over here we see we have one of the vendors setting up a ton of 1/72, and of course lots of plastics, and IMAX, owned by Bill Molyneux of Brooksville, Florida. And of course not this Bill Molyneux, but my doppelganger. We always have to do a shout out to Bill at IMAX. Well, I've swung over here to more Flames of War. This desert table really looks phenomenal. Really nice. That definitely looks like the Soviet Union. More of the Russian countryside, I presume. All right. Now we have some flea market stuff. Let's go check out the flea market area. All right, so we have some flea market things. Zipping along. I'm just going to browse this, and we walk along. All kinds of neat things in the land of the flea market stuff. Dragon Quest. That looks pretty cool board. Wow, this suit of armor, Todd at the Fredericksburg Renaissance and Rendezvous shop that sells armor, shields, and swords should consider getting this. Very cool. Rob, I see you have flea market items here. Are these for sale?
Yes. I am attempting to recover a little bit of storage space in my basement. Unfortunately, you can't be a wargamer for as long as I have been without having a little too much stuff. So I'm thinking for this next year, I'm going to concentrate on playing with what I have and painting more for those projects.
Oh, so this is going on the flea market table.
Yes.
All right, very good. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Hopefully you can edit that last bit.
Okay. All right, we're hitting a little bit of the vendors here, and we won't get in the way too much. Oh my goodness, there's Mr. David, very famous wargamer himself. Last year he won as the Confederate commander at Little Round Top. And no goober at this convention. So,
But he's probably enjoying himself.
yes. And you're running the game tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, I'm running frustrated.
All right. We'll look for it tomorrow. I'll put it on Saturday's video.
Thank you.
As we cruise along. Very cool. One of the neat things about small conventions is you still get really neat vendors and flea market stuff comes out. Now, we still have several who have not shown up. It's still early yet. But right now the games are starting to get ready. We have Pony Wars. There's Kevin. And there's Walt himself. And we're now serving hot dogs and chili. And we're just going to keep adding to this video throughout the day. Hey, John, what are you running today at HAWKS?
Hi, this is Fistful of Lead, and it's a Tales of Horror game, and it's kind of a joke on the Indiana Jones movies, where he's got to get the crystal dial of something important from the temple to the ship, and of course his niece, who's nearly perfect, is going to try and stop him. She's aligned with the natives.
Really? So, can you show me where the natives are?
Well, there's some natives here in this corner, and
This table is stunning.
oh, Oh, thank you. And there's some other natives in the other corner over there.
Now, what's this temple here? Can we go take a look at this temple?
Sure, it's a lot of the terrain you can get from pet stores at a really good price, good places to go.
So where did you get all these cool little dragon head things?
Well, the dragon head things and these temples and this are really all from local pet stores.
So are they used for aquariums or something?
Yes, which is funny because once the girl behind the counter asked me what they were for, or asked me what kind of pet I had, and I said a dog, and she said these probably wouldn't be good for a dog. But then I explained to her they weren't really for him. They were for
right.
me.
Well, this table looks great. Indiana Jones style game. And since I'm not playing in this, is there anything special that's going to happen? Like, is there a giant spider on the table that's not, or something bizarre that will freak out your players?
Well, not in this game, but I've done that in the past. Today there's just a lot of hidden tunnels. Like you might enter this tunnel and then roll a die and come out somewhere else. Good way to escape if you're in trouble.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. I hope you have a great game, and I hope you have a great convention here at the Hawks.
Thanks, Bill. You too.
Thank you. Holy cow, here at Hawks, we have none other than Pony Wars with Kevin and Walt. Walt, can you tell me about your Pony Wars game today?
Do you want to edit this?
No, I don't want to edit it. All right, I'll go to Kevin. Kevin, can you tell me about Pony Wars today, since I don't want to have to edit a lot of words from Walt?
By Yompinimini, I sure can. It's going to be fun, let me tell you.
All right, and it's the standard Pony Wars. Is this the special deck, or is this a regular deck? You know how...
Just
Well, might manipulate it, son.
All right.
Because he wants to make sure everybody has a good time.
Okay. All right, well, we have Pony Wars. Instead of Walt's basement, it's here at the HAWKS Barrage event. Let's go check out a few more tables. We have Josh on the left, Jim on the right. You may have recognized him from excursions with me and Goober the Traveling Bear. What are you guys running today?
We're running Save the Montcalm, which is a colonial game set in what would be modern day Vietnam. And the French ship, the Montcalm here, is currently becalmed in the river, and it has to wait for the tide to rise so it can clear and get off the table. And meanwhile, the Chinese Black Flag pirates are going to be trying to stop them.
Well, Josh or Jim, can you tell me, it looks like this has a lot of weaponry on it. What all is on this boat?
It's got 2 Gatling guns, or 2 Nordenfelt guns,
Right. Quick firing in the back.
2 Hotchkiss guns here, and then 2 quick fires on either end.
We've got quarters for steering.
Yep. And more crew.
Wow. You guys went all out on this.
Yeah.
Now, who built the ship?
I built the ship. I took it to my brothers. Seen the video. I took it to my brothers and built it in a day.
Did you build this at the fancy Georgian estate?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Put that back so I can.
Very good.
Got it.
So
Now-
the only time this has been beaten is Josh's daughters have actually won this scenario.
Yep.
So
All right. Well, the table
played
looks
quite well.
great. And Tim, do you want to be included in the video? I don't want to embarrass you. Some people like to be in videos and some don't. The terrain here looks phenomenal. Can I ask, are these homemade or did you purchase those?
These are built for this model.
Okay, so they look phenomenal. Do they come painted like that? Because they look shaded and everything.
Straight out of the box without any augmentation.
All right.
If later, when the troops get out, if you want, there'll be a different look.
All right. Well, we'll be coming back for the figures on the table. So, fellas, thanks for letting me get a quick glimpse. We're going to go hit a few more things, and we'll be back later.
Alrighty.
All right, here we have a brother against brother game with, Ivor made the rules brother against brother, and I'm a huge fan of brother against brother. And they're having a briefing right now, getting ready to start the game. I just wanted to get a quick snippet of it before they start, so not to interrupt them. But brother against brother is a great rule system, and it works great even for 54 millimeter figures. Oh my goodness, it's dinosaur land. Now, is Hitler going to get eaten again?
Possibly.
We hope. I gotta get a couple close-ups.
50-50 chance.
You're famous for running the dinosaur games. Thank you guys for bringing this. All right, we're with Kevin, and he has a World War II game, Combat Patrol. Kevin?
Yes, sir. This is correct. A 20 millimeter World War II Normandy game of Combat Patrol. The idea of the game is a Panzer Grenadier platoon with Panzer IV platoon support. You come down this way and then go that way. There's an American rifle platoon. Try to slow them down long enough for the Sherman platoon to come in to reinforce. Now the Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, they got obstacles they also got to destroy to clear the road to go that way. That is the general idea of the game.
And how many players in this game, Kevin?
I slated for 6, 3 pre-registered.
All right. Well, I hope you have a great game.
I hope so too.
All right, here is one of the many vendors. We sort of hit this before he was set up, and just a ton of awesome 1/72 plastics and a lot of other stuff too. All right. Let's continue along the line. We got some board games and some figures here. This dealer. Beautiful Napoleonics. And 54 millimeter. Can't go wrong with that scale. All right, everyone, I'm going to go play a game, and we'll come back to video later. Like one of my video people said, make sure I have fun. So we're going to turn off the camera for a couple hours and play a couple games and come back.
In the early 1880s, the French were looking for mineral concessions in Tonkin, northern Vietnam as we know it now. The Imperial Chinese did not want French presence that close to their border, and the indigenous Black Flag troops were really rebels who escaped from the Taipei Rebellion 40 years ago. And they're basically pirates and thugs. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So you two are for now. The Montcalm has been exploring. It is upriver. This is a tributary to the Red River. In dry season, there are rocks. You cannot safely pass through there until the rocks disappear. We'll find out how that happens in a minute. You want this burned to the ground. You want this done. You want to get out to the other edge with all of your information. How many have played the Sword and Flame?
All right, well, today I am in this game, and it's phenomenal because I have Josh, Tim, and Jim Shaw. And Tim, take it away. What are we playing?
We are playing Save the Montcalm, a game set in 1882 in what was called Tonkin, what we now know as Northern Vietnam. Jim is the person who built the ship and painted the figures. Josh is the person who made great contributions to scenario design and sanity.
Or insanity.
Now,
I'm the driver.
And Tim, all you guys are from where?
We are all from Gettysburg, or the Gettysburg area.
And who should I give my $20 bill to keep the game fair?
I'll let them work that out.
Probably Jim.
All right. Well, so the bribe money goes to Jim. Thanks, guys, for running this game for us today.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
All right, everyone. Our game has started. Don't know what the audio will be like, but we have a great game going on. And the gunboat is coming down the river. We are on turn 3. The gunboat is moving down the river, and water is raising up, so the rocks are slowly going away, and our Chinese troops or Vietnamese troops are fighting gallantly. And we have removed some of the crew have been shot up, but right now the gunboat has not suffered much damage as far as the ship itself.
As we know.
As far as we know.
Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux here, breaking into the action of our game. We've been playing a good hour. Great game masters. We, as a Chinese, Vietnamese troops, we've been just pouring fire into this gunboat, and it's slowly getting picked away. You'll notice the gun crew for the main gun is gone. The gardeners, the gatlings. Now Zach does have men inside, but he's starting to run out of men to man the weapon systems. Very exciting game, and soon he has to get through the rocks and down the gauntlet. So, we'll come back to the game in a little while. Alright, broke into the action really quick. Zach's ship had to make a slow die roll to get around the rocks, and he failed that roll, and he has now hit the rocks with his gunboat. Game Master Tim and Game Master Josh are in uncharted territory, and they have to look at the charts to find out what is going to happen to Zach's ship. Due to the fact that he didn't slow down in time and he might have ruptured his hull. We will see. Wouldn't that be nice, everyone? So, we'll come back and find out what our game masters have decided.
2 hits for that. Now roll a D6 and we'll count it as a D3.
Good, was that
3. 2. So add 2 more.
That might be New York.
Ignore that critical. However, you have hit the rocks. You have taken 4 points of damage. Each one of those is a critical hit. So roll a D6 for 1.
Oh boy, everybody.
3. Okay.
Nice.
We'll come
for the
back.
first time, we go on.
All right. Well, the ship took several critical hits, and we're going to go to Tim. Tim, what happened?
Oh, stuck.
Yeah. So the water's still going to rise this turn, so as long as the water rises, he's not stuck. What about the stun? Oh, the stun, they can't do anything this turn.
Okay.
They don't talk
The ship hit the rocks. As a result of the die roll, there were 4 possible critical hits. 2 he saved, 2 he did not. Essentially at this point he has no ammunition for his for his HAWKS or his deck guns as a result of an ammo hit. And everyone on deck was thrown and shaken so badly. 6 were killed, everybody else is stunned and out of action this turn.
everything?
Wow. So, well, thank you for that follow-up, Tim.
You're welcome.
All right, here's another view of our ship. And let me tell you, it is taking a pounding. It has a hull fire, and the crew, it's held up on the rocks. We are pouring tons of fire into it. The back of the hull is on fire. The ammo room's on fire. And I don't know if Zach's gunboat's going to make it down the river at this point. I'm going to take a sweep around the room here. And there are a lot of games going on. Pony Wars with the Chuckleheads is going full steam. We have a brother against brother game out there. And as you can see, the convention is going full steam. The dealers are setting up. And the brother against brother game is going great. And that's it for now. Everyone, our game is completed. Zach's riverboat sitting there, and we're coming to Tim, the game master. Tim, can you tell me what happened?
At the end of turn 6, sufficient fire had been laid on the bridge and enough Navy crew killed, there was no one to command or helm the ship. The ship is dead in the water. The Chinese succeed in preventing the Montcalm, and the Montcalm was not saved.
Wow.
Well played by all.
Well played by all. And Josh, you were overworked on those damage charts.
It was a good time, yep.
And Zach, you were in charge of the. You don't have anything to say, huh?
We tried our best.
You tried your best.
We
All
took
right.
a bunch of them with us.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. We did stop the gunboat here. Well, what are we playing in this room?
This is 25mm Sky Galleon of Mars. We have the British Reserve Navy versus a Fenian raiding force with help of some ex-Civil War Confederates. The Fenians have armored vessels and very quick ones. The British Reserve Fleet has slower but heavily armed. With also, down here, they have the legation that is the object of the Fenian raid. And they have a very powerful floating fortress.
Can you show me one of these sky galleons? Because someone may not know what these things are.
Right over here. This is a sky galleon. This one actually is a Martian Colonial one working with the Royal Navy. It is heavy guns at the front, what's called a rogue gun, which is a very large cannon, then Gatling guns along the side. This is a anti-personnel vessel, and it has a very large mortar in the middle.
Kevin, why is it standing off the floor on a peg?
Well, this is the floating galleons. They are made out of what is called driftwood or riftwood, floating wood. The heavier the vessel, the less high it can go. Like, it's going up against a vessel over here that can actually go higher than it because it doesn't have the heavy armament. This is a Fenian windsurfer.
Wow.
Called the Mermaid.
So
beautifully painted.
Our time period is what, 1880?
1889.
1889. Wow. The detail on these are incredible. And how complicated are these rules?
Very simple. If you have played any sort of game whatsoever, you'll be able to pick it up within 5 minutes. If you look at the floor is coincidentally set in 1 foot grids. Your speed is done in feet. So when you'll be up to a speed of 6, you'll know you'll be moving 6 squares.
Well, that's easy.
Yes.
Wow, and I see looks like a fleet engagement going on over there.
Over there we have the main Fenian vessels, which are 2 heavy armored ironclads equivalency going against the 2 British Reserve Fleet.
Wow, amazing. And this looks like a fort?
That is exactly. It's a floating fort, does not move except up and down. And then we have 6-pounders. 5-inch guns on the side also.
Wow, very cool. All right, how do you want to close this out?
Well, I just want to make sure you get a shot of the person that's running the game and did all the models, Bob Gilio.
He's super famous.
Super famous, and with his helper Dennis O'Toole. With their names, I do think the favor is on one side or the other.
And he's the assistant game master
Just
here?
Yep.
Assistant game master, thank you for running this big game in this room.
I'm just
assistant game master. Yeah.
Game master. Yep.
Well, it's quite impressive.
It is. You're quite welcome.
I'm going to get a hit of these ships, and then I'll get out of everyone's way. Bruce, what one are you commanding?
I am commanding the late entry to the race.
Oh, okay.
The Lions.
And it looks like you have a heavy gun on board.
1 big heavy gun and a lot of Gatlings.
All right, well.
And a lot of Marines.
And you're one of the Hawks playing this, and I'm going to get out of everyone's way. Well, one of the dealers, Age of Glory, carries Bill Molyneux games, which is very cool. And we have the French Indian War, 1 and 2, Brandywine, and Horns of the Buffalo. Steve also carries some of my old Fast Play and 2-buck games. And he also carries a large selection of Worthington games and lock and load games. And Steve is still setting up. Normally, Steve would have everything set up by now with his assistant helper, Goober the Traveling Bear. But Goober is at the Jack Daniels Distillery today.
He kicked me in the leg, and then he went off to Tennessee.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Goober's been in Tennessee, Kentucky, and he'll be there for another week yet. The Park Rangers and Steve Jones at Blue Panther Printing have him down there. All right, let's continue our adventures. Well, here we have super famous Dr. Roy Jones shaking hands right now with, getting ready to shake hands with. All right, well, I'm breaking into this game a little bit. Dr. Roy Jones right there, very famous doctor. He is running one of his East Africa war games. They're extremely popular. And, oh, thank you, Jeff. And here's the scenario. Jeff, how do you pronounce that? Any idea?
No. Sorry for a second.
And there's Dr. Roy Jones right there getting his cards. Superior Goat Game Master. All
right.
Thank you, Roy. I just wanted to get a little video of your game. Stunning like always.
Alrighty. Have you been sending me pictures?
And Roy did produce a miniature war game book on the Anglo-Zulu War of 1879. Anyhow, I just wanted to get a quick snippet of his game. He's one of the most famous of the game masters here at Barrage. Well, this naval game is hopping along already, and
the base here, I'll let you actually attack the.
There's the Admiral Hipper.
Okay, that appears to be.
So we're just doing a few snippets of these game tables. Oh my goodness, we now have sailing ships over here, and the wind direction guide. Very cool. All right, as we continue with our Friday games, it's like 4 in the afternoon, and we're just going to hit this bizarre game that Mike and Eric Schlegel, I guess. It is really an amazing game. So we have a giant spider, we have gorillas, we have Zach in another game again. Now for your Doctor Who fans, those things are called Doloks or something, right? Daleks. All right, they look like English mailboxes in a way with arms. All right, let's go hit the other side of the table. Well, on this side of the table,
we will happily let you do it. I'm not a.
We have a Confederate artillery battery. We have a. Did this tree die?
I can't reach that one.
Yes.
Thank you.
What should we use?
Wonderful looking table. And
the dragon's about to get us. I think we need to solve this problem.
What problem is that?
Well, we got 2 of the
Greg, would you mind just telling me really quick what's going on in this game?
So, this is Big Bang Gettysburg. Eric's recreating the Big Bang episode where they started throwing fantasy elements and science fiction elements on the table. And right now, Devil's Den has been occupied by a Confederate walker, and the Union walker, or steam crab, is coming up to fight their steam crab, and a steam walker is coming up, supported by Union infantry.
So this is the Big Bang Theory when they threw just everything
on the table. There's supposed to be Superman, Shiva, and Ganesh, but they didn't make it.
Okay.
But we got a gold dragon on the hill.
Where's the Pickett's Charge area?
Down over there. Eric kind of compressed. It's kind of a Gettysburg best of.
That's the copse of trees.
Okay.
And then next to it is the angle.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. This is a very ingenious game you have going on here. Big Bang Theory, Gettysburg. This is the wheat field.
Oh. So I guess I gotta bring the cavalry.
Got round top here.
Little round top. All right, let's move on to another table. Wow.
Watches incredulously as a figure of the highest goods charges 10 inches towards the enemy.
Well, that's about it for the HAWKS Barrage Friday night. Here we have Mike and Derek. We all went out to dinner. Here we have Joe, Walt on his phone, Kevin. And there we have Joe, Kevin, Walt. And we're closing things out with a nice dinner together after a lot of war game time. And we have Alan, who was in the Chinese Box Rebellion type game. Here we have Goober the Traveling Bear with my new Horns of the Buffalo. And there I am. And stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and thank you for watching my video.